I have no idea. There you go.
Hello, everybody, and Merry Christmas. How are you? I am not your devious Muppet. I am your Lady Claus, if you will, tonight. So, how are my players this evening?
Pretty good.
Excellent.
Very good.
Ooh, yes. We have a new face tonight. You may know her as Fennec, our amazing community moderator who does all of the work behind the scenes to keep our little hearts going pitter-pat on a daily basis. So Fennec generously moderates our stream, helps out in the Nerdsmith community Discord, and also it has the arduous task of clipping things from episodes when we ask her very, very nicely to. So thank you, Fennec, for being amazing and doing what you do so we can continue doing what we do.
You can't hide now. You
cannot.
Us. Fuck.
There is no hiding.
You agreed to this.
Not for this part.
Yeah, too bad. So sad. So as you can see, there are not 16 players. There are not 6 of us tonight, but we are going to bring you a very special honey heist. And tomorrow we will be back with our regular Countless Heroes shenanigans. Not to be confused with Shenanigoons. That's another show. So who all has played Honey Heist before? I know at least 2 of you have. And Fennec, you have not played Honey Heist.
Very fun.
So Honey Heist is very simple. You only have 2 stats, Bear and Criminal. You will be rolling your stats to accomplish things, to do anything that requires feats of strength, anything that requires using your nose or your mouth, anything really physical, you're going to roll Bear. Any success is a number below the points you have in Bear. Or anytime you're using your brain, anytime you're really thinking about how you can get your hands on that delicious, delicious honey in criminally wonderful ways, you're going to roll Criminal. And again, a success is anything below that number. Everyone starts out with 3 points in Bear and 3 points in Criminal. If you end up with 6 points in Bear, you turn feral and wild and you run off to the woods, never to be seen again. If you get 6 points in Criminal, you overthrow the party, betray them, and steal the goods for yourself. One of you may have done that before.
I see.
I don't know what you're talking about, Tessa. Misha didn't take 6 jars of honey last time.
It's fine. I tried, and then Loki didn't catch on that I was trying to help him.
I didn't take 6 jars of honey last time we played. It's fine.
No, it's fine.
Definitely didn't do that.
So, it's important to keep your Bear and your Criminal balanced. If you get too far into Bear, you could eat some honey and move some points around. I had that backwards, I think. Yes, if you get too far into Criminal, you can eat some honey and then move it back into Bear. If you're getting too far along in Bear, you can have what we like to call a planning flashback and describe in detail how you and your compatriots were in the middle of a seedy bar hashing out your plan. Not much planning is done beforehand, but if it works for if you come up with things like suddenly you need a jet or something like that, it was totally part of the plan, but you better describe it real well how you have it, or else that jet may have some issues. So, to start us off, let's do a little bit of character creation, shall we? Character creation is very fun in Honey Heist. Honey Heist, by the way, is by Grant Howitt. It is amazing. It is a free-to-play, free-to-download, 1-page RPG. I highly suggest you check it out. It's fantastic. Alrighty. It is... Before we get into character creation, let me set the scene for you. It is Christmas Day, 2018. You are going to undertake the greatest heist that the world has ever seen. 2 things. 1, you have a complex plan that requires precise timing 2, you're a goddamn bear. You know that Mrs. Claus up in the North Pole is making Santa's favorite treat for when he's delivered all of the toys to good boys and girls all over the world. Her award-winning spiced honey mead. And in conjunction is helping her Miss Ursaverse 2018. The prettiest bee anyone has ever seen. Your goal? You've been hired by Madame Noel to seek out this honey mead, steal it, and bring it back to the base to share with presents and other Christmas delights with the rest of your fellow bears. Only one catch. Mrs. Claus is very well guarded up at the North Pole with all the elves on duty, so you better be careful. Bonus points if you can convince Miss Ursaverse to come back with you to your secret hideout. Any questions? No? All right.
I'm all right.
Let's make some bears, shall we? Fennec, as our new player, I'm going to have you roll a d6 for me to determine your bear descriptor.
2.
Fennec, you are washed up. Roll me another d6 to determine what kind of bear you are.
4.
You are a black bear, which means your special ability is climbing. So far you are a washed up black bear who has a skill with climbing. So anytime you perform a roll that has to do with climbing, you can roll both of your d6 and take the lower die and hope you get a better success. It's like a advantage but disadvantage. And one more d6 to give me that roll.
5.
You are a washed up black bear thief. So when you think of it, tell us your name, and if you can change your name in the Zoom to reflect your character name, that is fantastic. Jay, why don't you go ahead and roll us some d6 here?
4.
You are unhinged.
Two.
You're a polar bear. Fitting for the North Pole. Your special ability is swimming.
3.
You are the driver. You are the bear with the plan to get in and out as safe as possible. So anytime you have a skill rolling related to driving, you can also roll the 2d6, take the lower. So Fennec, anytime you have to do with stealing, you roll your 2d6 as well. All right, and I know that we already have Misha returning, but let's see what Misha comes back as this time.
Absolutely. That's a 1.
So you are a rookie. Interesting
Okay.
choice for Misha.
Like the exact opposite of that, but you know. A 4.
Now if you roll again, because we already have a black bear, let's see if what else we can
Valid.
get.
A 2.
We already have a polar bear, roll again.
Damn it. This happens with every character,
It
Tessa.
does.
Why?
I know, I'm
1.
sorry.
1.
You're a grizzly bear.
She's still a grizzly bear. She was a grizzly bear last.
So Terrify is your skill.
Yep, that was what it was last time. Mhm.
And finally another d6.
That's a 4.
You're the hacker. You're gonna
Okay,
hack
okay.
lots of things for us. Now, it wouldn't be honey heist without a disguise now, would it? So, let's roll a d6 one more time and find out what fabulous headgear you're all sporting as your fantastic disguises. Bear and
4.
Teddy? Oh, let's go with Jay first.
1.
You are wearing a trilby. Elizabeth, you said 4. You are wearing a flat cap. So kind of like a little Newsies dealie. And Misha, what do we have for you?
I got a 6.
You are wearing a fez.
Good. Good hat. Good hat.
So there will be some times that you do have to change stats. When your plans are failing and things are becoming more and more difficult, you're going to have to fight off that wild nature of yours, and you will have to move a point from criminal into bear. When things are going too good, you're going to move a point from bear into criminal. All right. So, you have been called by Madame Noel to meet and discuss just exactly where this honey is located. You've been gathered from your respective corner of the globes. You arrive at your home base, happily seated around the conference room table with a little speaker in the center. On one side table is a few little smattering of different honey assorted goods. And in the center is a pot of honeybush tea. And as you all sit around the table, a little light on the speaker flashes to light, and you hear, "Ksh. Are you there, bears? Have you assembled? Are you ready to enact my greatest of undertakings?"
I mean, listen, you pulled me out of my hibernation for this, so it better be good.
I promise, Elizabeth. I promise it is more than worth it.
Fine. What is this that we're doing anyways?
You all know the story of Santa and Mrs. Claus, yeah? You are hip to this lingo. You are hip to this jive. We're not hip with this accent because it will be changing, I'm sure, because we all know that Tessa cannot stick to an accent. Ever.
Ever?
Mrs. Claus has got Miss Earthiverse 2018 up there in the North Pole with her, and they're making up some of that award-winning spiced honey mead. I think it would make a good Christmas nightcap if you all can bring that to me. Are you willing to undertake this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Baron-
already here.
Baron Teddy, you, my friend, you have access to any car at your disposal. Rifle through the garage. Take what you want. You've been a good bear. So when you're done with the heist, you get to keep it. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Thanks, boss.
You're welcome. You know, Misha, our rookie here, I know this is new territory for you, but I promise there's a good Christmas bonus in it if your skills come through.
Okay.
Excellent. Elizabeth, I mean, let's be honest. You and I have known each other a long time. I wouldn't have called you out of your hibernation if it wasn't worth it, yeah?
I mean, that's fair. We go a long way, so I trust you on this. Just
All
don't
right.
screw me.
Last job, you retire. I promise. No more favors. No more calling you in. Just you, the open beach, and as much honey as you can eat. For life, you say.
All right, I'm in.
All right. All right, Bears, get out of here. Go get that honey.
She'll like nervously kind of follow them.
All right, so you guys head out. Bear and Teddy, you know exactly where the garage is, and it is full of all of the most deliciously looking souped up cars you can imagine. You've got a primo Pinto from the 80s. You've got a lovely Winnebago, got painting on the side of it, got like a wizard riding a unicorn, little curtains in the back. On the back is a bumper sticker that says, if this Winnebago isn't rockin', don't come a knockin'. And next to the Winnebago and the Pinto is a shiny 1965 convertible Mustang, light blue.
Tessa, I feel attacked by that car. That is my dream car. How dare you?
Same.
Hard same.
How can you do this to me, Tessa?
You have your pick.
Scratch a face with a claw for a little bit and look. For this job, I think the cars are so good. We're gonna go with the Winnebago though. I got plans.
God bless you, Jay.
I'm so glad that that's the one you picked.
I'm so happy you picked that one.
All the yes.
You all climb up in the Winnebago. The inside is shag carpet, macrame, seat backs, seat covers. You've got a beta tape in the tape deck with a stack of tapes that can all go in there, all from the 60s and 70s. There's kind of a funky smell from somewhere in there.
Rightfully so, where it belongs.
You're not entirely sure what it is, but it might have been something green and a little pungent at one point. And then you find this stack of incense sticks and an incense burner up in the corner to kind of cover up that smell. So you get in, the keys are in the ignition, you turn them, and she just purrs to life. That engine, she's good. It's real good. All right, Bears. Nothing but the open road and the North Pole ahead. How do you get started?
Elizabeth is gonna pull a lighter out of her like the little vest pocket and just light that incense because oh god, it stank.
It gets a lot less pungent as Nag Champa fills the interior of the van. Baron Teddy, as you turn the ignition, there is a moonroof that slides open, and a little disco ball descends from the ceiling and starts spinning.
I don't need a house now. I got this.
Looks like there's a back that you could go in, and there's this circular bed that spins in the very back.
It spins!
Mirrors on the ceiling.
Of course, yeah, of course. You can't have that kind of bed without mirrors on the ceiling. So big ass vehicle, holy shit.
Yep.
That's why I picked it.
It's so perfect. I mean, we could just like literally just take this and go. Like, I mean, I want the honey as much as anyone else does, but like we're set. I mean, we're.
Is it worth it without the honey?
I mean, no, it's not.
Listen, if there's one thing I learned in this job, you don't fuck with Miss Noelle, alright? She will put you down. And I don't mean in a pretty way. I mean, and you look like you came out of a kid's daycare way. All right?
Wow.
Yeah, I heard about Lotso. Like, what happened to him was awful. It was terrible.
Listen, you don't talk about Lotso, all right? We don't do it. There's like copyrights or something on his name now, all right? We don't go there, all right?
I can't.
All right. So you guys hit the road in your very ladies' man-esque souped up Winnebago. Heading towards the North Pole. Do any of you put in
Fuck yeah,
one
dude!
of those tapes?
Fuck yeah, dude!
It's the sweet dulcet tones of Barry White fill the entire cabin of the Winnebago as you cruise at top speed
If it's
towards the North Pole.
if it's like a really worn tape, Misha's gonna try to like hack it to get it to work like
Okay.
fully again. Yeah, she's gonna try to hack it to make sure like to where it's just like it doesn't, you know.
Roll me criminal. I'm
You're
pretty
gonna
sure
have to
bears
remind me
don't
of
know
that.
how to hack a tape, so roll me criminal.
Just is it one or is it two?
You are
Two.
hacking, so you roll 2 dice, but you take the lowest result.
They were both 5s.
Okay, so you instead of hacking the tape, your claws go into the radio and snag on the tape, and it just starts spitting the tape out of the tape deck. And you hear this horrible mangle as it just kind of dies.
She's gonna take the tape out as quickly as possible and put another one in and just go to the back.
All right, new tape starts up. It is Jimmy Buffett for some reason.
Yes! Perfect! No, I like to think that she picked one that's just What's New Pussycat.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Jimmy Buffett's for our ride down south
And then,
after we've won.
Okay,
then she
you're
switches
gonna say with the Jimmy
after-
Buffett. All right.
Yeah, that's the celebration
After
CD
what-
or tape.
after What's New Pussycat, she immediately changes to It's Not Unusual.
Good plan. Good plan.
Sorry, I've been watching a lot of John Mulaney. I'm so
No, it's all good. So you guys are speeding ahead, and up ahead, you can see the lights of the North Pole. It's cold, it's blustery, and Bear and Teddy, the Winnebago's getting a little hard to maneuver now that you're starting to hit patches of ice. Why don't you roll me a drive check to see if you can keep it on the rails, or if we're gonna crash a bit.
crash a bit.
A bit depends on how bad.
Just a bit.
4?
Ooh, you skid on a patch of ice, and you're able to turn the wheel enough that you don't go spinning into the North Pole. You kind of pull up alongside it and fishtail in, but then the entire Winnebago just shifts and tilts onto one side, and you're safe. You didn't get hurt, but you are on your side. The door is facing up, so you can still exit.
Oh man.
You know, back in my day, cars didn't do this. You know, we kept them on the road. You need a driving
Isn't
lesson.
this from back in your day?
Shut up.
I was just, facts. Okay.
The wind is whipping and howling outside. You can hear it. And on the air are all the merry, tinkling sounds of small creatures singing in high-pitched voices. Sounds like holiday songs. You
What was
count 3, 4 voices.
What was that thing about copyright that you were talking about earlier?
That's why they were holiday songs.
No, I fully understand.
Holiday, do-rah, holiday, do-rah.
Perfect. So you are on the outskirts of the North Pole. There's a big gate up ahead, lit up in brilliant, colorful lights with candy cane swirl fence posts that just all say, "Welcome to Santa's Workshop." You've got your cunning disguises. I mean...
Yeah. Very convincing disguises. A fez. Should we try to get the vehicle back up so like when we leave we don't have to do it?
Yeah.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah. All right. So Elizabeth goes to climb out the open door.
All right. Well, your specialty is climb, Elizabeth. So why don't you give me a climb check to see how well you get on out?
3.
That is equal to your bear score. So you pop on out like nobody's business, just boop. And as you hang down, you start pulling with your weight. And Misha and Teddy, you get the idea. If you guys kind of climb up and push your weight, the Winnebago will right itself. So you guys hop up and help push as Elizabeth uses her weight to drag it back down onto its wheels. And you've all settled, and it looks like you crashed in some snow, and it doesn't seem any worse for wear.
That's good.
One of the mirrors looks like it's kind of loose from the ceiling, but you could probably fix that with some super glue.
Yeah, that's pretty easy to fix. It still drives, so. And the incense is still there. We should probably put that out before we leave. And make sure it doesn't like fill the car with smoke. You know, that wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Take the incense and just throw it out the door. Into the snow.
As it hits the ground. And you notice that it is getting dark. And you know that the goal is to get in and out before Santa gets back from delivering toys. And you check the clock that's kind of lit on the dash there as you're getting ready to exit the vehicle. And it says 6 p.m. And you remembered Madame Noel saying that Santa's usually back around 8. So this is prime time. The mead is made. Enough time to get in, grab it, and get out.
All right.
Oh. The gates of the city await you. What do you do?
Right, you, driving boy. You know any back entrances to this place or anything like that?
Yeah, we can circle around back.
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so you guys start circling the back of Santa's workshop, and as you get towards the back, it seems a little dimmer on this side of the pole. It's not so bright and cheery. The sound of singing kind of fades. You can smell a little bit of cigarette smoke, maybe, towards the back end. And you see 4 elves out sitting, having a smoke on the outside. Like they're on their lunch break, and they're just kind of sitting there gossiping, and 3 of them look pretty cheery. They're happy having their smoke, and one just looks like she is done with their shit. She is the buggiest of all elves.
By the way, Tessa, just so we have an idea, what is our human believability score? What are our individual human believability scores? Because we did not get those at the start.
Yes, because Logan has a different version of Honey Heist than I do, and I did not want to bother him. So for all intents and purposes, you are very believable. You can fake your way through conversations as much as possible. We'll see how receptive and perceptive people are. You do notice as they are smoking their cigarettes, they seem to be passing a bottle of something around between them. So you might be fine.
Okay. I just wanted to check.
No worries.
They seem to be drinking something. We could probably get past them pretty easily.
Yeah.
One of them looks up and goes, "Hey, polar bear, where's your Coke, man? Bring me the Coke. It's the Christmas. Yeah, you. Hey, you're famous, right?
Yeah.
Can I have your autograph?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Guys, it's the Coke polar bear. You guys don't know the Coke polar? What is wrong with you?" This elf gets up off of his stool and kind of stumbles over, waving a pen and a piece of paper. He's like, yeah, I totally want your... And he just face plants in the snow as he passes out from whatever he was drinking. The other three elves kind of look up like, we're sorry about him.
Is he okay?
He'll be fine. He's got to sleep it off. It's the nog, man. He's been hitting the nog too hard.
Yeah, we all got those days.
Yeah, this is the worst day. We're all done. We gotta we got 365 more days, and we just gotta have one.
Yeah,
gotta have one.
Yeah. We work really hard all year, and one day, yeah. Totally.
Yeah. We're hiding out. Because we don't want to go back in. Because the second we go back in, it's back to work. But you guys look like you were a smart bunch.
Yeah.
What say you take on a little bit of Christmas cheer, give us elves a Christmas present. How's that sound? We let you go into the back if you want to meet Mr. Big when he comes in. It happens we get visitors, they want to meet him, We'll let you into the back, you can meet him. And maybe you do a shift for us in the toy shop? Quid pro quo? No questions asked?
I mean, throw in some of that hooch y'all are drinking and we'll call it good. And after she says that, she's going to pick up the one elf and just flip him over onto his back so he's not, face down in the snow anymore. Yeah.
I'm going to, pull his shirt up and then sign his stomach. And then pull his shirt back down. That's a little surprise for him.
Excellent. I like the cutting of gin. All right. So they pass you over this bottle of really intense smelling eggnog. You're not sure how much of it is nog and how much it is just moonshine at this point. But they happily pass it around, and one who's passed out wakes up and goes, I'm Harold, man. It's good to meet you. This is Hannah, and this is Hattie, and that one, he points to the one who just looks done with everybody's shit. That one's Irma Jean Louise. We can't there's no stocking big enough for her name, so she's pissed. It's okay, Irma Jean. We're gonna make it better, okay? They're gonna go in and they're gonna do our jobs. It's gonna be great. We'll have a night off. It's gonna be perfect. And he just falls back asleep.
I think he needs it more than anyone here.
He's had a rough year, yeah.
It seems like it.
But yeah, so you don't tell nobody you saw us out here. You just go right on ahead. It's cool. You're famous. Yeah. You're famous, like you said. You're famous. It's all good.
Totally famous.
All right. Go on in. And they kind of wave you towards a door entrance, not too far away.
Is it locked, or can we just?
Nah, it's not. You just go on in. It's the North Pole. Who the fuck lives around here?
God damn it, Tessa.
So you all just
head
on in. Things are going a little too
guess.
well, though, at this point. I think you all need to move a point from bear into criminal as you just sneak right on in. Now, does anyone actually have any intentions of working a shift for these fellows?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
We start just for because I don't remember this. How many points do we start in each bear and criminal?
3 in each. You should each be at 2 bear, 4 criminal at this point.
Thank you, Matt.
You're very welcome.
I was gonna say, not that it makes a big plot difference, but Elizabeth didn't give back the jug. She's still just kind of
Nice.
sipping
No,
it as
it's
we
very
walk.
important what we drink after something.
I don't think they noticed.
Probably not.
I don't need to work a shift because I gave that one elf a present already. I signed
Exactly.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So you guys are now safely inside Santa's workshop. You can see a couple dark houses towards the back here. Over to your left, there's a bright lit up with lights with what looks like a factory. And then over to the right, up on a little hill, is a homey looking little cottage. Looks to be too big to be designed for elves.
Bet that's where it is.
Yeah.
Now, okay, I heard about this story about this bear. Like, I don't even remember where it was, but it was like it was in like America or something where like they found the honey like really quick, but then they just like they walked away from it and left it and got fooled by a different cart. So don't let that happen here, okay?
Okay.
Listen, kid, I know it's your first job, but this ain't my first rodeo, all right?
I heard about that story and I thought it was crazy. I mean, it was right there. They had it, and then they walked away from it, and they got fooled by a different cart, and it was crazy to me.
I always got my eye on the honey.
Yeah, that's what we call a rookie mistake, rookie.
So as you're walking, the smell of sugar and treats and meats and bread and candy canes and cookies are just assaulting you. It smells amazing around here. Everything just looks like you could just eat everything and it would all taste delicious. And you look closer and you're realizing the smell is coming from the houses that you're walking by that are dark. They might be made of is that gingerbread and peppermint bark? It is. You get a little closer, you take that deep whiff, and oh, it just smells so good. Who's hungry right now?
I mean, I wouldn't say no to a snack.
Out of character or in character? Because
Honestly,
both.
a big mood.
In character.
I might have eaten 2 Christmas dinners, but bitch, I'm still hungry.
Well, it wasn't that somebody started describing gingerbread and peppermint bark.
But yes, I will not. I would love to munch.
All right. So those of you who want to take a munch, do so.
A crunch.
Those who are trying to resist taking a munch, roll bear for me.
I'm gonna take a bite.
You gonna take a munch?
Zabera, you succeed in containing yourself from taking a bite of someone's house. Bear and Teddy, you just go for it.
I like pulling like a tile off the roof, like reaching up, pulling off part of the roof.
She'd probably get like something like more like in the yard, like a decoration or something. If there's that, or if not, like just like a piece of like the windowsill.
Okay.
I'm thinking about going for something load bearing, so the whole house falls down. I can just eat it all later because they're not living in it anymore.
Oi, rookies! We got a job to do. Chomp chomp.
So you take a bite. Bear and Teddy, you realize as you're biting into it, this is honey graham cracker. You got that good honey fix in this roof. You think maybe another bite or two, and you might be able to put a point back from criminal into bear and balance yourself out again.
Yeah, I'm pulling and ripping off a big piece.
All right.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Yes. Misha, you take a bite of this delicious gumdrop flower bush. You're not entirely sure. It's very tasty. No honey, but sugary sweetness nonetheless.
So good. She's trying to like lay off the honey a little bit. Like she's trying to look for other options.
Gotcha.
She has some problems with some honey sometimes.
So you grab your snacks and you make your way up towards the house on the hill. You can hear the singing off towards the workshop, and you see elves starting to file in. Looks like their Christmas break is over and it's time once again to start working for next year. But the house up onto the right, onto the little hill, looks warm and inviting and cozy, and you can see a little bit of smoke coming from the chimney.
Well, let's just head in the front door.
I feel like I know that I'm new at this, but I feel like there's a better way to do this.
Yeah, in case to join. I can drive my Winnebago.
Case
to join.
I'm gonna say that about 12 more times.
Case to join.
What do you think you're doing? Like up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney or something?
Yeah, I mean we could try that. It would definitely be it would definitely leave a lasting impression. Front door's boring. There's other one.
As you're walking closer, Misha, with your keen hacker eyes, you spot little blips of what you first think are Christmas lights around the roof of the house, till you realize they're all red, and only one is just blinking every so often. You're pretty sure that's a security system. Elizabeth, you've seen enough houses to know that as a thief, the front door, while it's usually the least expected, doesn't always give you the easiest, clean escape.
There's like some kind of security thing. So yeah, definitely front doors out. Definitely.
Teddy, you spy off towards the workshop.
It cut out.
You see kind of like a souped-up golf cart in the shape of a sled, like an electric sled almost, where it looks like Santa's sleigh but smaller. You might be able to think of a different way to approach this house if you get in this sleigh and make it work.
Crash it.
Distraction.
Crash through the front door.
That would definitely be more interesting.
Blaze of glory, I like your style.
So where are you guys heading?
I'm gonna get in the sleigh. Like, I don't really have a plan. I'm getting in it, like, ready to drive.
All right, so you hop into the driver's seat and you realize that not only does this go forwards and backwards and side to side, it goes up.
Does it have the keys in it? I asked with a really weird voice because I was in the middle of a burp.
There are no keys.
Can I try to hack into it to get it on?
You can certainly try.
I can certainly try. Okay. Hopefully I don't roll 2 goddamn 5.
I was gonna say Elizabeth is just keeping an eye out.
1.
You hack it. It purrs to life. It pops up. Bear and Teddy, you are behind this seat, and it's like it just responds to your every demand. Purrs like a kitten. Elizabeth, what did you...
Good.
Oh, she was just keeping a lookout while the hacking and hot wiring was going on.
Perfect.
See, this, I understand this. The tape thing earlier, listen, I'm sorry about that, but, like, this
You're
is
young, I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I know it was before your time, but there was a fast forward and a rewind button and an eject button.
Skipped! I was trying to fix it. I'm so sorry.
You don't fix perfection.
If it skips, it's not perfection.
It's called character. Look it up.
The anti-skip technology. The disc man with a little anti-skip. All right, Teddy, you are in control of this. Let's see how well you drive it.
Are we just crashing it into the house? Is that what we're doing?
Well, you've now discovered it has an up and down feature. So, are you gonna fly it to the roof past the security, or are you gonna...
Yeah, I'm gonna fly it to the roof. Right. How gently I landed.
We'll see.
I rolled a 1, so we're fine. So I didn't... Yeah. But what if...
This is...
What if my intention was to break it just a little bit in the back?
You want to break it a little bit?
A little bit. Like a hole.
Into the roof?
So we can just jump down, yeah.
If that was your intention with a run you would absolutely break a hole in the back. Just a little crunch as the back runner hits. Not on the chimney, but nearby-ish to the chimney.
Point of entry.
Is the roof the same kind of like honeygram?
It is the same kind of honeygram.
Would it be really loud if I broke a piece off so I can eat some honeygram?
There's some chunks where the runner went through that are just kind of scattered right there.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna eat some honeygrams. Copyright.
As long as they're not teddygrams, you're fine.
Yep, I'm gonna eat some honeygrams. Enough to maybe move a point back.
All right. So you are sitting on top of the roof, and Elizabeth, you are looking around, and you realize this is probably where Santa parks.
We're in the fat fucks parking spot. To be clear, that's normally not how I refer to Santa, so I'm very sorry.
It's perfect.
It's after Santa. We promise we're not on the naughty list.
Even though we're trying to steal from you. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm a Coke bear. I deserve presents either way. I get presents either way.
You have a pass. You have a pass.
So, I can do whatever I want. One of you would be a polar bear, so I could do the Coke.
It's perfect.
So, through the hole that you've made in the roof, Misha, you managed to eat some honey, move a point back into criminal, or move a point into bear from criminal. And you can hear some music coming up from the hole and the smell of spices and warm honey. And alcohol. Copious amounts of alcohol.
She kind of like twiddles her like bare fingers. Like, really kind of wanting the honey, but, like, trying to not be, like...
All right. Elizabeth, you have a point of entry, and you are an accomplished thief.
She's gonna peek her head down in first and kind of do, like, a 360 swivel just to get a layout, see who's in there, and, you know, all that jazz.
Roll me criminal. As you are casing the joint.
God damn it. And you see, like, from somewhere, she pulls out, like, a little tiny shoot of bamboo and just starts to nom.
You don't see anybody on this floor.
All right, coast is clear. Let's go. And whoop, down in she goes.
Okay. And she'll follow. Still kind of nomming on the...
I'm gonna follow after.
Elizabeth, as you're jumping in, make me a climb check to see if you can make that entry with no noise. And then to see if you can... So roll me bear.
2, thankfully.
Very close. You luckily make no noise as you enter and are able to help Teddy and Misha down very strategically, so they also are as silent as possible. You get the idea that maybe the music have covered up Teddy's landing, potentially, but we'll see. So we'll see what happens. You are now in the workshop.
It smells really good in here.
Yeah. Remember the plan. We get the honey, we get out.
You see her like mom on the bamboo more.
And the lady. Get her too, if we can.
Oh yeah, we need to try to get her.
Right, yeah, what was the name again? Ursula, Ursine, Ursali.
Ursali's touch, what?
I'd like to give you an Sally's touch.
Oh, honey.
It's what the Winnipegos from.
It's spinning that in the back. Aw, yeah.
100 points to Jay.
First. You gotta fix that mirror first, though.
No, that's how people know not to come in. The mirror's gonna be shaking back and forth.
So you are all sneaking in. You get down, you find the stairs. There's only one floor between you and the honey. Peek around. Elizabeth, out of the corner of your eye, it looks like there's a person wearing a dress, kind of muddling about the kitchen. Got an apron on, big red dress. Could this be Mrs. Claus? What do you guys do?
I could try to scare her. You guys could like lock the doors. I mean, I could try to scare her out.
Yeah.
I'm actually really good at that. Like really, really good at it. And I know it doesn't seem like it, but like I'm really, really good at scaring things.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
All right, rookie, this is your one shot. Got it?
Okay. So she's gonna try to, like, kind of like when you're trying to scare your mom and you're like very quietly walking behind, and then
So
she's gonna try to do that to scare her, try to scare her.
All right, so are you going down the stairs solo, or are the other two following for immediate backup?
Elizabeth is gonna follow like 2 steps behind just because she has a feeling this will probably not work.
Yeah, I'm following behind both of them.
So you creep down the stairs, being very quiet and very stealthy. Misha, as you get halfway through the room, you hear something click underneath your foot, and a large cage descends from the ceiling and lands around all 3 of you. Music cuts, and you just hear laughter.
Great party trick.
Well, you guys didn't think it would be that easy, did you? You think you can just take a job from Madame Noel? As the red-dressed figure comes out, apron leading the way, and you realize that Madame Noel is wearing this dress. You didn't think Mrs. Claus would be that easily fooled by naughty bears, did you?
It was worth a shot.
I mean, to be fair, you're supposed to be an old broad who lost a hearing.
I mean, Madame Noel, Mrs. Claus, and she kind of waves her bear paw at you. The signs were there. Now, and now that the three of you do-gooders are out of the way, I'm free to take Santa Claus for myself. And the real Mrs. Claus's honey. You didn't think I was really gonna share, did you?
That's not very nice. Just saying.
Nice doesn't get your tree stuffed up a chimney, if you know what I mean.
Noel, you fucking double-crossed me on this, and I swear to all the bear gods, I will hunt you down and turn you into forest fertilizer. You hear me?
Currently, you're stuck in a cage, so I don't know how you're gonna do that.
Listen, I heard about this bear. It was the same bear that I was talking about earlier. I heard about this bear that did the same thing, and like she was hunted for like a long time and had to hide, and it was like really, really bad. It's not gonna end well for you.
How is it not gonna end well for me? I get the fat man, I get the honey. I'm a happy bear.
Well, yeah, you think? I mean, yeah, you do have all of that, but the honey runs out like kind of quick, and then people are gonna start looking for you and like be really, really mad at you for taking the honey.
Fat man has a magic sack. Can make me all the honey I want. Just gotta reach in and grab it out, paw by paw.
Freezing!
Oh, I said it like that on purpose. You're very welcome.
Okay, yeah, but like, I get there's like magic and stuff, but like you're gonna have to like go into hiding and then pretend to be this whole thing, and then like when you come back, you're not gonna know it. No one's gonna know you, and it's gonna be like really, really bad. I wouldn't suggest. This is also a bear that I heard about like in America though, so it was off.
Go for it.
I was gonna say, while this is going on, Elizabeth is just fed up. She's done bearing all this and just tries to snap out with her paw to strike at Miss Noel.
Bearing all of this?
I will not apologize.
Roll a bear for me. All right. So you reach through the bars and you rake Mrs. Claus, Madame Noel. You're not entirely sure who is who, and you catch the edge of her dress in your claws and pull her up against the bars. You're in real good punching distance right now.
Decker.
Oh, she's gonna deck her.
All right, so you're starting decking her. Baron Teddy, what are you doing at the moment? You are stuck in a cage currently.
Can I try to hack my way out of the cage? Like try to pick like a lock or the trap? Like
yes, in 1 second. I want it as soon as I know what Baron Teddy's doing.
I'm gonna get she pulled her clothes in the red dress. I'm gonna kind of like drop down and reach a pile and claw at the dress to like rip a part off. Just pull it close and like pull off a part.
This is mine now.
All right.
Yeah.
So you reach out and you claw and you tear a big piece of the dress away, and the whole costume just kind of comes apart. And then before you is just Madame Noel, in her honey badger form, looking at you, aghast that you would dare strike against the one and only Madame Noel.
Listen, bitch.
Man.
All right, Misha, you wanted to make a hack roll?
Yeah, I did. I rolled a 3, which is what my bear and criminal score is.
Excellent. So you hack the cage, you find the pressure release, and the cage goes up. Now, Elizabeth, you're holding on to Mrs. Claus through the cage, and the cage is ascending what do you do? Or do you let go of Mrs. Claus? Or do you hang on and then dangle with her in your arm?
She's going to try and get one last good punch in before letting go.
All right. So you punch her one more time and then drop. And you let her drop too? Or are you going to like try and tie her with the apron to the top of the cage before you go down?
She's going to try and tie her. Why not?
All right, go ahead and make me a criminal roll.
Six.
Ooh. What's your criminal at currently?
4.
Yeah, it does not quite work. You don't quite get the tie off, and you both hit the ground hard. Elizabeth, it hurts. Move a point from criminal into bear as you get a little stunned. You fall.
So wait, from criminal to bear or from bear to criminal?
From criminal to bear, because your plan did not go as you were hoping.
You're back to even.
Yeah.
I rip off part of the skirt and then I put it around my neck like a scarf. That's it for now. That's it.
You look
That's all I do.
even more like the Coca-Cola bear with his red scarf now.
I just want to look fashionable. That's it.
She hits the ground hard. Elizabeth, you're a climber. You know how to hit the ground gracefully from a fall. So she hits the ground. She lands on a chair, and you just hear this crunching noise. And from the sound of boots echoing behind you, and I guess that chair wasn't just right. As it breaks underneath her, and Santa Claus is right behind you.
What time is it? What?
I caught some solar winds and got home sooner than expected. Although you did park in my parking spot, and I cannot do a Santa voice because, good God.
This is perfect.
So he looks at Madame Noel and looks at you. Oh, what good little bears to have found a dirty, rotten scoundrel in my house.
Yeah, that's us. The good news bears.
Fine.
Excellent.
Fuck off, rookie.
Such language. Well, even so, good bears deserve good rewards, yes?
I would agree, yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you come with me, and I'll see what I can do. So you all follow Santa into the kitchen, where you see the real Mrs. Claus tied up on the ground, and Miss...
We went full big bad wolf on Mrs. Claus. What the hell?
You did. You see Miss Ursaverse tied up next to her. And of course, Santa goes right over to Mrs. Claus. Bear and Teddy, do you do anything in particular?
I take off my hat before I enter the room and set it on like a table or something, so I just have the scarf on.
Looking fashionable.
Hey, I'm the one your girl warned you about.
So Santa's quickly untying Mrs. Claus.
Untie Ursa.
Yeah. So you go over to Miss Ursaverse, who's wearing her sash, and she thanks you. Oh, gee, thanks.
You're so welcome.
It was really cold on that floor.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, I'm shivering. If only I had something warm to feel a little better.
Who is she saying that to?
The group as a whole.
She'll hug her. She'll just give her a big hug then. Big ass grizzly bear. She'll
The rest of the dress as well, like...
Perfect.
I was gonna say, Elizabeth takes off her jacket and just throws it on top of her head. There. Feeling better, Toots?
Gee, thanks. So Santa comes over. Well, what can I do for such good bears to have helped save my wife and my guest, Ursa Thurman?
God damn it, Tessa!
I got you. I saw what you did.
No, I think we all did. I don't think Tessa got away with that one. I just spitballing, like, we heard you have, like, this, like, honey mead or something. That'd be, like, really cool.
Oh, of course. Mrs. Claus makes it every year. In fact, she makes enough to last the entire year. I could probably, I don't know, how about 10 bottles each as good deed.
Yeah.
That's so much better than the last.
What was that, rookie?
Nothing. It's just that's a lot. That was
Nonsense. It's a good reward. And here you go. 10 bottles of the spiced honey mead for each of you. And if you don't mind, it's kind of late and I'd like to take my wife to bed. So if you don't mind giving Miss Ursaverse here a ride home, if possible, I would be mighty obliged.
Yeah, I can do that. I got it. Great ride.
I got
Excellent.
killer feels. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So,
Merry Christmas, one and all.
Ursa Thurman gets up and wraps her arms around Teddy. You driving?
Yeah, let me tell you about the commercials I've been in.
You
Listen, he ain't the real one. Don't listen to him, Toots.
What are you talking about? That's absolutely the Coca-Cola pulp.
That's okay. Later we can talk and do some snow. He's the Coke Bear.
Yeah.
God damn it, Justin.
So you all managed to walk out of Santa's house, 10 bottles each of the award-winning spiced honey. Madame Noel has been vanquished, and it's been a very, very Christmas. Bear and Teddy, you take Ursa Thurman back to your sweet, sweet ride. And after you get back to your base, you put it in park, tell the other two to get the fuck out.
Yeah, Misha's gonna go back home and restock her very low stock of 6 jars of honey that she had before. She's gonna restock it with the 10 jars of honey mead. And just got it done.
Go for it, Lizbear. How do you end this beautiful heist?
So she looks at the two and is like, well, kids, we'll always have the North Pole. And she flips him like her card with her number on it and then just pieces out into the sunset.
You catch the first train down to the sunny, sunny shores with your honey and catch some well-earned vacation time and hibernation at a nice warm beach. Go for it.
Misha's home is a like hideaway hole where no one knows where she is. It's not like a proper address. It's like in the middle of like the mountains or something that she's hiding out in with her several jars of now almost empty honey. Yeah, she's just hiding out.
Awesome. Bear and Teddy, you and Ursa Thurman are in your Winnebago. How would you like to close us out?
Bow chicka wow wow.
You want to see something real cool? And I turn the car around and start driving back up to the North Pole to where I live. Because I live up there because I'm a polar bear.
So you and Ursa Thurman drive off into the proverbial sunset together. And that is where we will end on a very successful Christmas honey heist. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Last time it was very successful. I don't know what.
This is true. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We know it's Christmas Eve. Thank you for joining us for something silly and something fun. Thank you, Fennec, for joining us. It was a pleasure to play with you. We really enjoyed it. And Chelsea and Jay, thank you both for being available to come and play with us as well. Thank you to Logan for manning the stream, even though he's really tired and not feeling super great. We will be back tomorrow night with your normal Countless Heroes at 7 o'clock PST. Thank you, guys. We hope that you had a very, very good Christmas. Good night, everybody.